Hey, this is Anthony from MagneticMaryMyth.com with
Jonathan Levy from
We're-
BecomeASuperlearner.com.
Yeah, and we're making this video because we were just at the police station of all places.
We
and
were.
I was doing an experiment which was listening to a language that I have very limited experience with, and the experience that I do have with is with Biblical Hebrew. And I was making a memory palace out of the officer's office, and then just memorizing some words that I had no idea what they meant. And so I was asking Jonathan as we left, what does this mean? And the first one was Hor Khatan, which he then told me means small hole.
Small hole.
And that had to do with the small hole that someone punctured into his bicycle tire.
Right there in the background.
Yeah.
It's now in the apartment.
The apartment. And so that was in a corner behind the shoulder of the police officer. And then later, as we were walking, he said, what was it, Hor Gadola?
Hor Gadol.
Hor Gadol, sorry, I don't know where I got the in there, but is a big hole. So now I've learned two really essential words in Hebrew.
Very important.
The other thing that I just picked up and I guessed meant yes is Ken.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was an image of Ken behind the Ken from Ken and Barbie. And then the other one I had trouble with, I didn't remember it properly, but it was Lemala.
Mm-hmm.
Lemala?
Lemala.
Lemala, which means like up or above or something?
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Either or.
Either or. It means either or up or above.
It means either
Up
up
or
or
above.
above or upwards.
The reason why I struggled with that and didn't get it quite properly is because I didn't have a proper image for lay, but I had Mala, which was like an image of the map of Malaga, which is a place in Spain. And then I had, this is now a struggle because I didn't rehearse it enough as we were walking, but it was something, scheiße. I'm swearing in German for YouTube so that it doesn't sound like swearing in English.
Right.
But it was Pac-Man was eating something, and so see, this is the thing, you got to rehearse stuff. But it would just, let me think for a second. No, I want to come up with like Pamesh or Pamaim.
Well done.
Pamaim. And you know why? It's because Pac-Man was eating a mime. And Pamaim was, what did it mean though? See, that's the thing, is that I didn't even know what the meaning was at the time that I memorized it, but I got basically the thing. But I remember I had a Shah Pamaim in there, which the Shah was actually not really part of it. But did it have something to do with, no, I can't remember what it had to do with. But I was able, here, live on the video, to reconstruct sounds. And so this is always the goal, right? Is how can you connect sound and meaning?
Right.
Then you were telling me all these different conditions about what it could mean.
Yeah, I think if you'd known what it would have meant, you would have built a better mental image than Pac-Man eating a mime.
Right.
Do you want me to tell you what it means?
Yeah. For
Twice. Mime.
Oh,
It's a weird
twice.
construction
Right.
because grammatically it sounds weird because it would be Shlosh Pamim.
So anyway, all of this is happening in a police station, and so
Shalosh Pamim. Grammar's weird in Hebrew.
the point being is you can memorize stuff real time, even though you don't know what it means. And as Jonathan pointed out while we were walking, is that this is sort of like an Ebbinghaus effect, because he proved that you can memorize nonsense syllables quite simply. But these aren't nonsense symbols; they have meanings. And so my goal would be actually to get better at memorizing in real time, and then actually getting the meaning, so that I don't do what I just did here. Now, another thing that I just learned was, I believe, mafria.
Well done.
And that means obstruction or annoyance or something.
Or bother.
And that was because that bike was
Apparently bothering someone
in
quite
a
a
bothersome
bit.
place. So basically, the point being is that this is in no way, somehow going to make me fluent in Hebrew, but this is the kind of stuff that you can do while you're learning a language, and just pick stuff up, memorize it, and use what I would call, impromptu memory palaces just in the spot that you are at. So this mafria, which means obstruction or annoyance or whatever, that place where that bike was is a memory palace station. That whole staircase can now be developed as a memory palace, and I can make more things.
What is your visual symbol for the phonetic sound of mafria?
Mafria. Well, this is very interesting, because we were talking about Chinese as we walked along, and he was asking, or you were telling me the story about like how your girlfriend had said certain things that you were saying, that she was velvet silk or whatever, and a horse, and because Ma is horse. So I just saw a horse who was eating a free sign that was attached to this bike that was an obstruction. So it's like bringing together a whole bunch of stuff. And again, like, this is just tools of building knowledge of a language, and then if you go through the other things, which is reading, writing, speaking, and listening, every single day, you could become quite. You could boost your fluency, and it's just an amazing tool. And so one thing that I want to do is at the end of the day see how much of this I can still remember 12 hours later, and then maybe tomorrow. And my guess is that it would probably be in the area of 85 to 90%.
Yeah.
But if it was with flashcards, I can tell you almost certainly that it would be less than 40%. And this is just in line with a lot of scientific studies. So, if you prefer spaced repetition software, power to you. But I'd much rather be able to have 85% accuracy. And this all connects to what I did in China, which has been great. So hope that gives you some food for thought, and that if you are in a place you're visiting, you're not even learning the language. I'm not really studying Hebrew, but isn't it cool to be able to just learn that? And it's now been a half an hour or so since that we were at that, and my accuracy was, I guess, basically in the 80% range.
Yeah.
Except for not knowing necessarily what the words meant. But, we're going to do some more experiments along those lines, because I'm going to dinner tonight with some of his family, and I'm going to ask him some key phrases like, I'm a writer, what are you? And things like that, and just see what's possible, and we'll be very transparent about the results later. But prediction is
that should be fun.
Is something like 80% or so, and that might be lowballing it, or it could be too hopeful. But we'll see. Anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. This is Jonathan. You've got to check out his podcast, Becoming Superhuman, and mine, magneticmemorymethod.com. And until we speak again, keep magnetic.